Christian thing.
How to be realistic with your goal setting. I think that kind of fits into what we just talked about.
But looking at what you can honestly attain, don't make it so far fetched that it's like, okay, you set yourself up for failure. I mean, you can set small goals and still sometimes miss the mark just because life happens or you're human, but try to make it something that's more reasonable or attainable, and also realistic, looking at the T part in the SMART goal, that timely piece, like, okay, I want to do this, but when am I going to achieve this part by?
Right.
Because you can always adjust it if needed, but you at least need to give yourself some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not finish line, but some kind of marking point to check in. Right.
Yeah,
I guess it goes back to that accountability part.
Accountability, but and I think that all plays into it. And when we're talking about being realistic, we have to be careful, very careful with scripture. The scripture that says God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think.
Ephesians 3:20.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's fine. He can do that. But we don't command God to do those things. Like, he can do it, but don't sit up there and just say, well, you know what? God is going to work a miracle. Like, he's going to work a miracle here, here, and here. And just start banking on miracles. For instance, you can't say, hey, listen, by this time next week, I'm going to be down 20 pounds. When you know good and well, you've never lost 5 pounds in a week. Like, that's not realistic. That's not realistic. Unless you have some boot camp coach that's going to come in there and bust your butt and make you do some stuff that you have never, ever done in your life, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You cannot say, or, and all these self-help, prosperity preachers, come fight me if you want to. I really don't care. But listen, you cannot sit up here and say, hey, I'm going to be a millionaire in 2 weeks.
Why were we thinking of the same two examples, though? Because I was thinking about weight and I was thinking about the finances piece.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah.
The same two examples.
Exactly. Really? You would think about that too?
Literally the same two examples.
Oh, you can go ahead, roll with it.
No, I want to come back to the weight one. I want you to go ahead
with
that. But yeah, if so I'll talk about a little bit. What I was going to say with the millionaire piece, if you know that you can't save $5 a week and that, it's a struggle, then without a specific plan of how you are going to save, things you're going to cut back on, really assessing your finances to see, is this a need or a want? And do I, can I do without? Are we really needing all the expenses, or is there some things that we can really take out of the, so that we can spend more wisely and be better stewards of our money
and invest.
So, like, unless you have a specific plan, then it's not realistic to say, oh, I'll be a millionaire in 6 months.
Yeah.
We know God is able, and that's where the scripture says able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. But there are some things that we have to do on our part too, just like with the 600 pound life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, like, it has to come back to the mindset.
Dr. Now don't play on the 600 pound life, boy.
Right. It has to really, like, come down to your mindset, right? Because even with the coach, even with the how they give them a specific diet plan, they give them a specific exercise plan and everything, but like we've seen on the shows, to where until their mind changes, they won't lose the weight. You have some that were ordering pizzas. Remember, they were acting like they were eating the vegetables and stuff like that. But then they would go and weigh in, and Dr. What's his name again? Dr. Now would be like, no, something's not right. Something's not right. There's no way that you gained or even stayed at the same weight if you were truly following the plan. And they some of them would sit there and they were determined to try to convince him, like, I promise I'm doing everything.
And they just be lying.
Then they have the little secret cameras that find them.
Listen, no, this one she looking right at the camera. She don't care.
Sneaking out to places and ordering things in.
Exactly. Me and my brother Ginger, we were just talking about this last week. There was this one chick in Kentucky. She was now she's on the show, so you know she's very large. She was in her bedroom frying chicken off the side of the bed. Uh, I promise. She had one of them portable fryers. She put her feet on the ground on her bed and just started frying some chicken. Almost like, and then she took it right out the grease, let it sit on a napkin for all of maybe 30 seconds and started going. I'm like, and then she had the nerve. It was a cutaway. Like, I don't understand why I can't lose weight. You know why you ain't losing weight. Come on now. Talking about I've done everything I can. See, those editors.
I saw that episode.
you saw it. Yes. Frying chicken off the side of the bed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we say that to say, until the mindset changes, you're not going to be able to, one, set realistic goals or achieve the goal, right?
Yeah.
It has to be a mindset. Even was that Red Edge up above that talked about how the only way to achieve it? Well, that's the first one. We used to have a regular goal and a stretch goal. The stretch goal helped keep motivation for meeting both, but if I failed the stretch, I still achieved the main goal.
Okay.
So kind of like those.
Yeah.
Like the short-term goals are
the short-term goals.
It's the goals.
Yeah, because you can't talk about you're going to win the war when you ain't learned how to win a battle yet. It's the battles. All right, and you can talk about all day how you're going to win the war, but bro, you got to start winning these battles first. Those battles are the little mini wars within the war. All right, that's what a battle is. So you got to win this battle and that battle and that battle and that battle, and then you win the war. You don't put the cart before the horse. You don't say, hey, I'm going to win this war. You steady losing battles. All right. Yeah. All right. So that's not how it works.
And I think that's the comment I was talking about. Is that still Red Edge? That said, no, that's Cure for. Okay. So that's Latanya. So Latanya says liposurgery will be the way that goal is met without fitness and training. And Latanya, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a really good point, because you can have that done. We've seen people who have had, weight loss surgery, but regretfully, we have also seen that if their mindset didn't change and they really didn't change their daily habits, where it was almost like a waste, because that weight came back quickly and plus some. And so that kind of speaks to this too, though, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's why it's very important to have the determination and the commitment and the mindset so that it can be sustainable. I think that's another key word. You want something that's sustainable. We're talking about how to be realistic with goal setting, something that you don't just achieve like that, because if you achieve it like that, we live in this microwave society, right? We want everything quick and now, right now. But it can revert right back if your mind has not changed. And so how to be realistic, what can you do that will be sustainable? Yeah. And become a lifestyle, not just a little,
Yeah, because you can reach a goal the wrong way. And this is not to take a shot at NFL players or anything like that, because they actually did achieve it the right way, but they never got the education. This is why I think they said 60 or 80% of NFL players are broke within 3 or 4 years out of the league after retirement, or after they retire, because they never got that financial planning piece, and they made bad investments, and so they had the money, but they didn't know what to do with the money.
They weren't good stewards over the money. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're broke within 4 years. 3 to 4 years out of the league, and I think that's either 60 or 80%. I forget what the stats say, but anyways. So, how to be realistic? I hope we help somebody in that realm or whatever. But
Laura May has a good comment too before we transition to our next.
Okay.
So she says, start with an easy goal first that is easy to stick to for at least a month. So kind of having that gradual incline. And that's something that Jermaine and I talk about too, because he is a person to where when he makes up his mind,
I do it.
I mean, he goes for 0 to 100. And I'm like, no, just give me a little bit. Like, don't start me off with 100 push-ups, or remember that treadmill?
man.
That trail. Oh my goodness.
But see, I can listen, and this is why we are polar opposites, because we grew up differently. She didn't grow up like I did. I grew up with a military pops, and I grew up playing football. So it wasn't no, I hope to do it. It was do it or else. And so like you if you didn't do what you were supposed to do on a play, you not only let yourself down, you let your teammates down, you let your coach down. So it's like, man, you know, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make this happen. I'm gonna get in shape. Because they're depending on me to do this. And guess what? I just do it.
Yeah.
And my daddy was like, he pushed me so hard.
Yeah. And I can understand, like when he talked to me about it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But I'm telling y'all, I went to the gym. This has been years ago now with him. And he loves walking out an incline. So he was at like a 15. Was it a 15 incline?
Yeah.
This was my first time going with him. And he was like, I just want to show you what I'm doing. So he was like, here, walk at a 15. And I felt like
Did I say that?
Yes. You put it on like 3 minutes.
Okay.
At an incline of 15. And I'm like, honey, this is my first time coming with you. What happened after that?
She never came back.
I was one of those people you just got done talking about. Yeah. Where I meant well, but I'm like, he tried to kill me the first time. And that's how it is with me in boot camps. I went to a boot camp with a friend one time, and there was no gradual like getting into like, okay, let's start here, just start at a nice moderate pace, and then we're gonna add some high steps, and then we'll add this. You know, that's kind of like how I flow. Like who was it? Laura May said, start with something, you know, reasonable, something that you can achieve, and then build on that and work your way up to. But you know, like with boot camps, they're like, hey, we don't care if it's been 10 years since you've been in the gym. Let's go, crab walk. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So I guess it works well for some people, but then for others, like me,
you can always modify. They have people modify, right?
There was no modification.
Yeah, well,
I went to.
I like, see, I'm gonna have revisionist history on the whole incident with the gym. I thought I told this chick that, you know, oh, you don't have to go to 15. You can start with 7 or 3 or something.
Wait a minute. What's the word you taught me yesterday about
revisionist history?
Yeah, revisionist history.
You think I have a revisionist history? You think I'm just changing history?
I think you're changing history, because I remember being out of breath and feeling like I was going to die on that day.
Okay, well, hey, maybe I did. But anyways, y'all, that is a way to be realistic with your goal setting.
Yes.
All right, now we're about to get into an interesting. Hold on, wait a minute, Laura. She said something about the bootcamp classes are for people who are already in good shape. Yeah. See, and they only got like a little 7, 10 pounds to lose. Yeah, I think boot camp is for them folks. Thank y'all for watching. If you like to view the full live, you can click the link at the bottom of this video and do us a favor. We noticed that about 56% of y'all that watch our videos are not subscribed. So please consider hitting that subscribe button and smashing that bell. It costs you nothing and means a whole lot to us. Anyways, we appreciate your time. Thank you for rocking with us. God bless y'all. Y'all take care.